No.
Well,
put him back in the chair. I like him better in the chair.
People can make...
And then they gave him the hover chair.
There's actually a third option, too, which is where the Shi'ar took him and healed his back injury, and then it was just a mental block that he had to overcome to be able to walk again. So,
that's fucking stupid.
And
the guy who's fixing everyone's mental blocks and knows his way around the brain better than anybody goes, I can't get past my own bullshit.
And people
and
can
he can't make himself walk.
People can defend the guy as a great, wonderful moral pacifist, but when you're a pacifist because you keep rewriting your enemy's brains, that's a moral line you're crossing.
Well, and I think that's kind of the point they're making. At least I hope it is. Otherwise, holy shit, somebody out there is accidentally stumbling into some great ethical discussions.
Okay, so that happened.
Okay.
So Cyclops went to jail for a little bit. He broke out. Him, Magneto, Magic.
Well, when you have Optic Blast, where are you going to stay for long?
You should have seen the goofy-ass helmet they put him in. Like, it had, like, these giant ruby quartz goggles things. It was so goofy looking. Like, I don't know who thought it up. It's like 90s era art, basically.
Oh, no.
But anyway,
see, if I were dealing with him, I'd just put a whole bunch of beveled fucking mirrors in there. That way, bitch, you open your eyes one time, you blow your own head off. Fuck you.
So basically, he breaks out and gets a new set of X-Men. And Wolverine, of course, is leading the Jean Grey School for Gifted Mutants now.
With a tie.
Yeah, occasionally.
I saw that.
Most of the X-Men...
tie now because I'm professional.
Most of the X-Men are on Wolverine's side and are pissed Cyclops killed Xavier and yada, yada, yada. Who gives a flying fuck? So many of you guys have died now. Let's write this realistically and just be like, he'll be back soon enough. Psych's all right. He was much worse when he was, possessed by Apocalypse, right?
Yeah.
But, okay. So then at some point, Beast says, Cyclops is such a prick. I want to go back in time as bring his younger self into the present to bitch him out. And so
because that's a good idea.
Beast abducts the original 5 X-Men. It's like, I can't remember the issue before or after they fight the Juggernaut for the first time.
Oh, no.
They're all teenagers and brings them back into modern time. They've made an entire series out of this called All New X-Men. And it is hilariously wonderful and bad and good all wrapped into one. Because you have Jean Grey coming to the present, finding out she died, and everyone's telling her to go...
No! Oh, what a way to fuck a person up.
Well, and everyone's trying to get her to go back in time, and she's like, you want me to go back in time so I can get my brainwashed by Xavier and then fulfill my future of dying?
Oh,
no, thank you.
Yeah, that's right. I was going to say, we're not unringing this bell, goddammit.
Yeah. Anyway, so you have all that going on, and that's been a constant feud between the Wolverine's X-Men and Cyclops's. Well, then this Battle for the Atom starts, and the Battle for the Atom starts with future X-Men coming back, and Marvel's going time crazy. So you have future X-Men with...
Is this place controlled by Star Trek writers all of a sudden?
This is... I think they did a bunch of acid and were just like, let's just add so much fucked up time shit in that it will all contradict itself so much that no one will have any clue what we're doing.
Maybe Grant Morrison is working over there again.
So the future X-Men, it consists of Zorn, who's really Jean Grey.
What?
It consists of Wolverine and Mystique's son. Yeah.
Good, so there's yet another Wolverine kid.
The funniest part of the future team was this giant Hulk Iceman who couldn't even speak sentences. And so when young Iceman and modern day Iceman kept seeing him, they're like, please don't tell me that's me. That can't be me. And they play it through about half the series, and then you find out that there was a future Iceman, and he made a golem that gained sentience, and he couldn't reabsorb. Iceman can make golems now, by the way.
By the way.
Well, he actually is one of the highest level mutants in the Marvel Universe and has been for decades.
Who are the other ones? Let's see. They added Molly Hayes onto the team, which was ultimately disappointing because you eventually find out these guys are bad guys. And Molly Hayes is part of the Runaways, and the Runaways is one of the best comics ever. If you disagree, then fuck you. Your opinion doesn't matter.
See, there it is.
It sucks.
Who was the last member? There was one more person. I'm not going to remember. Anyway, so that goes on for a bit. Like, it's this weird kind of... It's kind of an uneventful, multi-spanning, like, event. and that they bring that team
It's
back.
a big clusterfuck of boring. Huh?
They wind up being the Brotherhood, and then the other X-Men come back, who wind up being the real X-Men. And they're all trying to send the original X-Men back in time to try and fix the future.
Oh my god!
But nothing is accomplished through it. But you get a lot of really entertaining scenes. In the
you say they're interesting.
Well, like all the Iceman scenes are funny because first he's freaking out over Ice Hulk, and then he meets the real Iceman who has a giant beard, and they're both happy that they can grow facial hair all of a sudden.
Did you just say Ice Hole?
Ice Hulk.
Oh, okay.
I like it better as Ice Hole. But
Sure,
Yeah.
Ice
I
Hulk.
like Ice Hole personal.
I don't know. It's neither Wolverine or Cyclops are involved in either future team.
I'd also like to point out that third person that's gotten on that's watching, you still haven't told us who you are or even said hello, but, whatever.
I know. Can we find out?
I already clicked on it. It won't say shit.
I don't know.
Oh,
They hate us.
sad.
Who cares? It's probably Brian.
They like us enough to be on, but
I
not
was gonna say,
enough to...
But no, Brian always pipes up when it's him.
Well, and Brian and Jeff usually do, but I don't know. Maybe it's a lawyer.
We haven't done this show in a month and a half, guys. Our normal 10 to 15 viewers, like, they aren't going to be around. I didn't exactly announce this ahead of time because I wasn't sure if it was actually going to happen because it hadn't happened in so long.
You know, if you had me on more often, I could raise that to 16 or 17.
It could be arranged.
I was gonna say
This may be the normal crew from here on. I don't know.
I could email the link to my mom and dad.
Next time I could even be prepared to talk about something.
I kind of want to just spoil the hell out of X-Men Battle of the Atom, but I'm afraid
I say
someone in
go
the
for it.
audience might care.
Yeah, I was gonna say because we do have to still. Yeah, let's
kinda-
not.
Skip the next
Yeah.
5 minutes if you don't want to know.
So the X-Men Days of Future Past trailer.
I'm not impressed.
So let's start off. The music. They used half a track from the Sunshine soundtrack, which has been used in a dozen trailers already, and half a track from the was it the Red Line? Is that what the movie called? Or Beyond the Red? Or the Army movie from the 90s.
Thin Red Line.
Yes.
Oh, God.
They used half a track from that, which is used in a
Get me
billion
started on that
trailers.
movie.
So right off the bat, I was fucking put off that they were using generic whatever music for this.
See, I'm not because that's become the thing with trailers is use music that's not part of the real movie to throw everybody off and give you a sense of atmosphere quicker.
Look, they could have gone with a Nine Inch Nails song as long as it wasn't one of the 12 that have already been used.
You have to do lots of big drums and that rising sound.
Yeah.
Oh, that one.
And things start flashing.
We have
faster
learned over
and
the years,
faster.
Or do the Hans
You
Zimmer
need-
buzz. That
Yeah, you need sad strings. You need
And
Hans
images
Zimmer blowing up.
flash faster and faster and
and then the jet engine noise right at the end.
So
with words coming at you. You won't.
You realize that-
believe.
Oh my god, you realize that we just described the new cliche movie trailer thing we had back in the 80s,
God.
the announcer and
I hate trailers. I used to love trailers. I hate them all now.
I don't hate all of them, but I hate a lot of them.
I thought that Winter Soldier trailer was pretty sweet.
I like the Winter Soldier trailer, and I actually like the trailer for Gravity.
Your head made a really nice sound when you did that. Wow.
That is gross.
Very
You can
percussive.
stop that now.
I'm hard-headed.
Like,
That's
Susie
gross.
gets mad at me when I do this,
Yep.
but and I'll do it with my
too.
shins
Okay.
too.
Back in the day, I won a headbutting contest with all the bouncers at a club.
That's something to brag about.
One after
I'm
another. Bam!
I'm willing
Bam!
to
Till they were
bet.
out.
I'm willing to bet because I've talked to these guys for quite some time. I'm willing to bet it's not the guys at the caravan
No.
because those guys would enjoy it.
They thought
They'd
it
come back hard.
Well, the guys thought it was funny, but I don't think they expected me to be hard-headed.
So, as an X-Men fan in general, because I love X-Men, I've read probably more X-Men comics than most people I know.
I've read one.
The trailer, it's disappointing because you have a movie with the potential star Kitty Pryde, arguably one of the best X-Men characters ever written and continuously written. Whether she's written by Claremont, whether she's written by Bendis, and whether she's written by, I just went blank, Whedon.
When
all
Whedon was writing it, that was especially good.
All have done excellent runs. Like, she's just a very wonderful, dynamic character. So in the comics, she's the big star. She phases herself, like the comic story. If you read it now, it's a little stupid. Like, I know it's one of the most praised stories, but I also think it's one of the most praised with kind of rose-colored glasses.
Unduly praised, I guess.
Yeah, like it's neat, but it's not like the X-Men shines most when they're approaching issues of political and prejudice and racism and stuff.
Well, like God Loves Man Kills, the one I obsess over. I
love the purpose of them, I think.
Well, yeah, and that was the best thing, and that was the best thing Claremont did. I mean, and I've brought up God Loves Man Kills time and time again, and I know it. I'm aware I'm being redundant. It's just that it is my go-to story for the X-Men because it profiled them so well. And it gave, and not only that, but it wasn't all punching, shooting, exploding, because there was a fair bit of explanation and discussion. A lot of it was on Kitty Pryde's part, but there was also the fact you had supporting characters that aren't actually part of the team, but work with them, and it all came together and it worked. But Kitty spent just as much time discussing shit and being the only one that really had the moral focus and temperament rather than having some overdeveloped sense of ideals that was warping the moral focus.
Well, and the original story, just to kind of take the audience through a couple of the beats, you had two stories going on at once, one in the future, one in the present. The future one, you had unconscious Kitty Pryde because she'd sent her consciousness back to her younger self. You had Wolverine, who, honestly, I love the image of future Wolverine. He has the kind of sides grayed. He has the cool brown jacket, wearing jeans. You have, like, Xavier's not in it, I don't believe. I could be wrong on that, but if he is, he's only in it for a panel or two. You have Colossus, who's there, and you have Storm, maybe Nightcrawler. Every few issues, one of them dies in the future, Wolverine being the first. Wolverine is evaporated by a Sentinel. This is the future overrun with Sentinels. The whole basis of it is they're trying to prevent the Sentinels from taking over the world, because it starts with Sentinels just hunting mutants and it turns into Sentinels hunting everyone. Modern day, they're trying to prevent the assassination of I feel like it's not Senator Kelly, but it might be. The problem is all the revision stories of this have put it as Senator Kelly. And I don't think Senator Kelly was the original one. Because Senator Kelly developed his hatred for mutants actually recently in an issue I read of, I believe, Uncanny X-Men, when Master Mold comes back to life and is combined with Nimrod. And Nimrod kills Senator Kelly's wife. And he begs one of the nearby mutants, who was Psylocke at the time. He's like, please help my wife. You're a mutant. Isn't that what you do? And Psylocke said, well, the most I can do is ease her suffering. But I can't heal her. And then he blames mutants for his death from there. But anyway, so Kitty Pryde, putting her consciousness into her younger self, she has to convince the modern day X-Men, look, we got to go prevent Freedom Force from doing something, from killing this person, so that this future doesn't come to pass. And she spends a lot of time trying to convince them that she is Kitty Pryde's consciousness from the future possessing her body. So the premise of the new movie is that Xavier uses Kitty Pryde's phasing power to send Wolverine's consciousness back to his younger bone-clawed self, by the way, because this is pre-Wolverine origins. And
they're still going with the bone claw bullshit. God damn it.
And that Wolverine has to give Xavier hope again. And the future X-Men in this trailer are wearing the dumbest, goofiest looking fucking suits I have ever seen in my life. If there was ever...
That's amazing, because they have worn a lot of...
Well, no, if they have ever...
But you have to understand, it's Bryan Singer goofy looking.
Like... it's like this...
I don't know what that means.
Black...
Bryan Singer did the first two X-Men movies.
Okay.
So take that. Dumb, yeah. So take those outfits and now make them goofy.
It's like black American Gladiator outfits with these pads, but the problem is when light shines on the pads, you get a rainbow colored effect on them. Like, it looks really fucking dumb. Like, why not just put Wolverine in his cool comic casual clothes? I mean, that looked wonderful.
Yeah, and it really is a workable. It's a functional, easy to accomplish look on film.
Fabulous.
I mean, basically, this trailer is
fabulous at that.
Is the result of Bryan Singer never reading the comics, but having seen the cartoon Wolverine and the X-Men. Because this trailer looks like Wolverine and the X-Men, the live movie, which has little to nothing to do with the comics. But on the positive flip side, they have the potential for negating every single X-Men movie with this.
This is Hugh Jackman's retirement from the X-Men movie.